Hi, my name is Alyne and today's video is about something crazy. It's a video I wish I didn't have to make because I wish this stuff wasn't happening. So, here's Halina's story.
I was just 16 and my husband, he started beating me. My wedding night was the worst night ever in my life.
38% of women who are murdered by their own husbands or families.
Hi, I'm Halina and this is my story. I was a child and I didn't have an idea about that, like what's gonna happen with me, and I got to know a day before my wedding.
Child marriage. It sounds like something crazy and so far removed, but it's happening to 15 million girls a year.
He used to abuse me, he used to beat me, he used to torture me every day, and he used to insult me, he used to hate me, he used to tell me that I'm not beautiful. I was just a kid. I was just 16 and like nobody is there to help me out and get me out of this.
These numbers seem hard to believe, but 25% of women in my home country of the United States will experience domestic abuse in their lifetime. And in the Middle East and Asia, it's even worse. 37% of women will experience this, whether you know about it or not.
Every day he was beating me and he was like drinking. He was like even dating outside with other girls, and I got to know, I was scared, like I got to know that. So I've decided that I will take a step for myself. I will not get beaten myself. I will just get out of this.
Luckily, domestic abuse, marital rape, and child marriage are problems that have solutions. The solution is education, legal reform, and just making sure everybody knows about it. Because the more people that know about it and talk about it, the less acceptable it will become. Because it's a cultural and social problem. And it's a cultural and social problem that destroys millions of lives.
After divorce, I was alone. I left my home. My parents, they were not there to support me. I went into very bad depression. I used to lock myself in the room for 5, 6, 7 days. I used to stay hungry. I used to hate myself. I used to avoid seeing myself in the mirror. I used to, like hate myself like anything.
This is not Halina's problem, and this is not those girls' problem. This is our problem. Because as long as it's happening, we are responsible. So what can we do about this? Well, each of us will dedicate our life to something. And if you have not yet decided what to dedicate your life to, I would suggest education. Because the one thing that stops marital rape, that stops domestic violence, that stops child marriages, that stops everything is education. In countries with high levels of education, the numbers are cut in half of these problems. And while that's not good enough, at least it's a first step.
When I was 25, my mother, she died. I was broken after losing my mother. But yes, then I stood up again and I spoke to myself and I have decided to become something. I'm a fashion model, I'm a fashion designer, I'm an entrepreneur. I am actually studying, so I've done my graduation after my mom's death. Now I'm doing LLB from University of London. I wanted to do this, that was my goal, and I'm doing it, mashallah, so I'm happy.
Child marriage is declining globally. It's going down. But I want it to go down faster. And I want to reach a point in my lifetime where 0 girls are being forced to get married, where 0 girls are being raped in their marriages, where 0 girls are living this life that is not a life.
So, girls, I want to say this to you. Nobody is gonna fight for you. Raise your voices against your right. Take charge of your life. Don't let anybody dictate you.
So talk about these problems, share Halina's story, and if you live in a country where this is happening, make sure that you are part of the solution and not part of the problem. If you know something is happening and you're not doing anything about it, you are part of the problem.